second-year man, and has made quite the jump from replacement player to superstar, and it'll be the Wizards that start off with it first. The rookie Cap will work off the right side. Got a screen from Dayfry, a little pick and roll action, nothing there. Cap gets it back. You're going to see this Wizards team really work these shot clocks. Methodical, in fact. There's some authority from Dayfry.
And that's going to be one of the things to key in on from the Wiz so far in the 5v5 championships. It's always these game number ones. It's something that's haunted them, and specifically looking over towards these first quarters, just not really being able to get the ball going on the offensive side of things. But we have seen them turn it up a little bit with the defense to at least get close to matching. But right here in the finals with this much money, you're not allowed to have these slow starts if you want to come out here and win this title.
The Wizards with so much acumen when it comes to basketball. In these Bucks, they're youngsters. They got no fear. They just fire it away. Big offensive rebound by Dimes, but he's stripped on the way up, and we got an early timeout.
And one of there's just a button mashing effect going down there for the Wiz to be able to get that one. But just smart heads-up play. I mean, so many power forwards in the league. We always talk about when you're going face-to-face with the center. It's one of the new things in NBA 2K22 to where you're just able to strip the ball away on a consistent basis. It's a nice heads-up play by Dini, and you'll see that a lot coming out from 𝐒𝐮 and Dini. They love to try to go for those reaches.
If you're joining the NBA 2K League for the first time, it is 5-on-5. Everybody's controlling somebody, and no, you're not going to see the NBA players out there. These are actually their players. And the Wizards with a 2-point lead. Here in the early going, as I mentioned, it's a best of 5, 6-minute quarters. As they break the mini press. Cap and Dayfry will go back to the pick and roll. Here comes 𝐅𝐤𝐥𝐿, double screen. Cap fires, no, in and out, no good. It's worth mentioning, Dirk, every day of the playoffs, the Wizards have started entirely way too slow in the first quarter.
And that's what you're trying to hope to see to turn around, and a lot of that's just been kind of on the back of Cap and how early of a start can he start to get going for the team. You'll see a lot of that, though. Instead of just going your traditional pick and roll when they bring it up, you heard it in the comms yesterday when we did listenings. They always set a double screen with 𝐅𝐤𝐥𝐿 and Dayfry just to try to shake the lock out of the play.
Too early. Perfect shot there from Cooks. And Cap, maybe that'll get him going.
And that's a good early sign. He's had a couple opportunities that maybe he passed up a little bit. That could just be the finals nerves that start to kick in. But if Cap starts to get plays like that, where he did nothing but just hold down turbo, go one way, didn't have to utilize any dribble moves to be able to get the basket, that's what the Wiz need.
The conference finals were last night. They've had a few hours to break down some footage, prepare for today's games. Bucks with a rookie coach in Lance Sessions, who was the assistant coach down in Dallas for the Mavericks. Now the head man in Milwaukee, and he's got him in the finals. What a story that is. Dayfry, also the former Maverick, as is Dimes. Dallas has got a lot of connections here in the finals. Shot from the corner, double red. That's heavily contested. And they'll foul Johnny. And if you missed last night's Western Conference Finals, Johnny was the hero late.
And for exact reasons like that, it's just always going to the sweet spot, running your routes as a shooting guard to try to get out there on the break. And it's going to be tough for the Wiz to try to get those stops consistently.
Cooks, back-to-back buckets. They've been perfect on the release. When you see greens, that means it's good. And we got a foul on 𝐷𝐸. He's at the small 4. We call it the lock position in the league. That's his job, to lock down the other team's best guard. And you see him on Cap here. Cap started his season down in Orlando with Magic Gaming. But the Wizards made a trade for him kind of mid-season, and that really solidified their lineup as we get a shot clock violation. We talk about that Wizards defense, Dirk, but these Bucks can come and play.
Yeah, what they've been doing on the defensive side of things has been pretty good, and you're starting to see it right now, too. The early stages, first couple possessions, starting to see them maybe get some openings, but now they're really clamping down on it, forcing those shot clock violations and giving it to a weird spot to where the corners have to try to make a play with the shot clock winding down.
There's a loose ball, and we got a foul, and we've talked about Dimes versus Dayfry, and I could tell you the whole story, but let's hear about it from Dimes.
Hey, yo, right Yeah, so the so the history of Day Fries, you know, for anybody who doesn't know, we were teammates season 1, both drafted to Dallas, the Dallas Mavericks. You know, the funny thing is that him and I both were great players season 1. We both we averaged like 50 points combined season 1. The thing with season 1 though is it wasn't a lot of talent in the league at the time, so like we didn't have like the best team around us. So we were like the only good 2 players. So we were losing. You know, we both weren't really used to losing. We were young, so we didn't really know how to handle it, including myself at the time. New to the league, never been around guys like, you know, arguing and having disagreements like that. So we just couldn't make things work. So season 2, he got traded from Dallas, you know, to the Wizards, and that kind of like sparked the rivalry or whatever. But you know, at this point in time, you know, like, we're actually closer now than we ever were, as far as like when it comes to being teammates, and we communicate better now. But at that time, we just can't make it work.
Big time shot for the Bucks coming in from the perimeter, and they got a 4-point lead.
And he kind of summed it up best too, right? Like that's where it has kind of fizzled out. It's just always just something that'll forever be fun to talk about with these 2 guys for as long as they're in this league.
One of the biggest threads is that man right there, Dave Fry. He is from Palmer, Texas, just outside of Dallas. Huge Mavericks fan growing up, and he wanted to be the leader of his hometown team. But instead, he traded it in for a couple championships. He's got a chance to win 3 in a row here tonight.
This is the 4th offensive possession in a row that the Wizards had where they've gone down to at least the final 5 seconds of a shot clock. And that just puts that emphasis on what the Bucks are bringing to the table on the defensive side.
Sees in the paint. Dives with another offensive rebound and drops it in over Dave Fry.
Another bad first quarter coming out here from the Wiz. I guess like the only good thing to look at is that you just have more games to work with now going in your favor in a best of 5.
In the first 4 or 5 minutes in the last 3 game 1s here in the postseason for the Wizards, they've had a 2-point performance, a 4-point performance, and now a 5-point performance. As Johnny lays that in, and all of a sudden the Bucks are up 8. Can't get down too far to these bad Bucks. They've been fine with sort of being the villain this year as Dave Fry, nice offensive rebound. They're going to need those second chance points.
Yeah, we saw that play yesterday come out there from Walker, but they're finally able to get out there, get a contest on it to end up forcing that miss. But anytime you're struggling, yeah, Dave Fry's one of those guys. When he gets the rebound, he's going to look to go straight back up with it.
13-7, Bucks holding for the final shot of the quarter here in game number 1. Best of 5. Cooks no good, dives no, can't get the shot off. At the end of 1, 13-7. It's the youngsters from Milwaukee with an early lead here in game 1 of the finals.
Comes alive, so we'll see if he can turn it up in the second quarter. Let's go ahead and get it back to Scott and Dirk.
Thanks so much, Donovan Harris. A 6-point lead for the Bucks.
Wow.
And they'll get a little bit of a fluke here, a little easy one. Gain of possession back here to start the quarter, and Awkward just forces those kind of things.
I don't even know how we did that one. That one blew my mind.
Nudini in the mid-range gets it out to 𝐅𝐸𝐺𝐥, the man from Kentucky, working on the right side. Cap at the top now. Dave Fry will set a screen. Cap thought about it. Off to 𝐅𝐸𝐺𝐥 now. Good defense here by Milwaukee to open up the quarter. Someone's got to put this shot up, and it's going to be a turnover. Bucks want to run, and they'll foul 𝐷𝐸𝐿, and that was so close to a clear path.
There's, again, another time where you just keep on hearing the buzzer for the shot clock start to click down. How many offensive possessions is this now for the Wiz?
Six-point lead for Milwaukee. You got to be careful because they can really start to go on a run here. That's deep from Cooks. He's been perfect. So the lead is now 9 for the Bucks. Welcome back in. You're watching the NBA 2K League 5v5 Finals. Game number 1, best of 5, $500,000 on the line to the winner. That's a lot of money, Dirk.
A lot of money. You should be out there competing for it.
You'd be a lot better at it than I would, I can tell you that. 7-point lead for Milwaukee. They skip it to the corner. Sees! The guy that's headed to Temple to start college on Monday knocks down the 3 from the corner.
That's a tough one there, too, because, I mean, you're struggling, so the way you give up the 3, Deanie was just kind of in no man's land there in that scenario.
Awkward off the window. It was an awkward shot indeed. Let's head down to India.
Thank you, Scott. So much has been made of this rivalry between Dimes and Dave Fry. When we got a chance to talk to him earlier today, it was the last thing on their mind. For Dave Fry, it was about playing for his brothers, and especially Cap, who's a rookie, so he doesn't have a championship to his name yet. For Dimes, it's about playing for his brothers, but also for his mom, who unfortunately passed away 5 years ago. He wants to make sure he can get a ring and share it with her one day. So is there a rivalry? I don't know. Let's see how history writes itself tonight. $500,000 on the line.
And sees. Can't get it to go. Thanks so much, India. We got a 10-point lead for the Bucks. Milwaukee giving the Wizards some of the taste of their own medicine defensively. Sees wide open. It's 𝐸_6, and he greens it.
The Bucks just cannot miss right now. Everything with their timing when they're getting these open looks, it's all looking green. And this is just tough for the Wiz, but we've seen this all before. You get a lot of deja vu in these game ones.
That shooting window, when you got to release it with your controller, is such a slim margin, but they have been perfect. 22-9, and Cap it finally answers back with a 3.
I mean, they're getting mismatches. That's the thing. They're forcing 𝐸_6 out of the play a lot to where all of a sudden you got Johnny, you got C's up top. That's where they have to just be a little bit more aggressive. You're seeing a little bit too much patty cake coming up from Cap and B-Rich right now.
Happy Saturday to everybody out there watching. Appreciate you tuning in to the NBA 2K League Finals. Wizards trying to go for 3 in a row. 3 straight championships. That would make it 3 out of 5 seasons that we've had so far in the NBA 2K League. The other winners being the Knicks in Season 1 and T-Wolves Gaming in the 2nd season. Awkward lays it in.
That's the scary thing about the Wiz, though. Everybody will be able to go out there, try to make a play, be a little bit more aggressive than some of the other players that you're going to see in the league in some one-on-one scenarios out of some unorthodox spots.
Well, keeping this lead at double digits, 24-14. Coming on 2:15 to go here in the first half. Cooks down to Dimes. Dimes. Extra pass to the corner. No, they go to the big fella. Skips it across to Johnny. Somebody's got to put it up. Shot clock's running down here. And finally, Dave Fry gets a rebound. They'll foul him. Let's go up top to section 400 with Harris.
Thanks, Scott. Well, a lot has been made of the Wizards' point guard position this year, trying to replace #1 overall pick and reigning Finals MVP JVM. And so far, Cap is doing his best impression. You look back at the postseason last year, JVM, 31 points per game to go along with 12 assists per game, a 1.5 points per possession. Absolutely ridiculous. But if you look at this season, with point guard scoring down to where it is, about 30% across the board, Cap has been doing his best impression, averaging 21 points per game, 9 assists per game, 1.2 points per possession for Cap so far. He's been doing great, but the Bucks have his number right now. We'll see if he can kind of get back in the Cap that we saw over the last 2 postseason series this week.
The Wizards have just not played well in these opening games. They've won the series, that's all that matters. Lost a few battles, but they won the war. Cap on the left side now. We got to reach. Got to get that on 𝐸_6, who's really playing out of his mind here in this first half.
An impossible scenario to really score from there, too, if you're Cap. An awkward cut down and towards the paint, so Dimes takes that. Obviously, we don't have shooting big men in the NBA 2K League, so he's able to double up top.
Too strong. Dimes with another board, and they got a foul. Nudini has already picked up his 3rd. Just like the NBA, 6 fouls and you foul out. They don't kick you out of the game, though. We call a technical foul here in the NBA 2K League, and I would say that's almost worse.
Oh, no, Scott, playing with the AI is bad.
Yeah, you don't want that either. Okay, all right. You talked me off the ledge. Early release from Cooks. He had been perfect so far. Dave Fry trying to come up and set a screen here. He pops his badge. That's a takeover. That makes him really good at rebounding. Let's see if he can get down there. No need to. No rebound necessary.
The effortless buckets, that's what I call it coming out there from Cap. That's when he's at his best. Just trying to get some plays like that. And we saw the holes in the Bucks defense in like that first couple possessions from the Wiz where Cap was able to start to get it going. But it's a pretty easy adjustment when somebody's not doing even any sort of dribble moves to be able to combat that.
Dimes down low. Yeah, that takeover, Dirk, that's like the Hulk when he starts turning green, or Popeye when he pops in the spinach. And Dimes with a big block.
The best way to call it is like a superpower.
Yeah, there you go.
You're so good at one thing that
Yep.
you just become better at everything.
And they earn that by having positive plays, blocks, rebounds, whatever, depending on your position. Final seconds of the half, and they won't get a shot off. What a first half for Milwaukee here in game number 1. Cooks leads all scorers with 12, but it's a best of 5. We got a long way to go here today in the NBA 2K League. I'll tell you what, guys, a little second half action happened here, Mama, and you just face this Milwaukee team. You know, they are really, really tough defensively, and they're youngsters, which I say have no fear. They don't know what they don't know.
Right. I mean, these guys 1 through 5 have it all. And honestly, when we went against them, we kind of knew we get past these guys, we should make the finals. Not saying the Wolves weren't a good matchup for us, but we were just a little bit more confident. Their defense will suffocate you throughout the whole game. And so in this matchup versus the Wizards, you're looking at similarities across the board, and we're going to have to see what backcourt really steps up.
Of course, you came into the league in season 1 with team up in Portland, Blazer 5. Can you tell us about these two OGs and Dimes and Dave Fry? They've been around forever.
Oh, man, Dimes and Dave Fry, I mean, they've had a long history, and that history, some of it's ugly, some of it's pretty. Now, I believe Dave Fry has gotten the better of him, but this is where it's all at. If Dimes gets this one, he can kind of talk a little bit, but I spoke to him a little bit before the game, and he said he didn't really care about it. Now, do you believe him, Scott?
No, I do not.
Not really, right? How about
No.
you? No? Yeah.
No.
Not having that. We got a 7-point ball game here. Here's Cooks over to Johnny, and early on the release, and we got a foul. You played on a team kind of like this Wizards team where you guys were favored to make a deep run. That adds a little extra pressure.
Yeah, especially with the Wizards. This is the 3rd time in a row they're in the finals. So you kind of get that fatigue just going to the finals, doing it over and over again. And for me, I mean, I'll be honest, I have the Bucks winning this series.
Wow.
I mean, a little bit of me is just a competitor in me. I can't see the Wizards winning 3 in a row. I love those guys, but I can't see them win 3 in a row. And I really don't want the Bucks to win either, but it's duality at this point, so we gotta live with it.
I just think it's tough too, like for the Wizards, how draining like their play style is. Like you just go out there, you have no offense, so every game like you got to lock in on defense from like right from the tip all the way to the very end. Otherwise, you're going to get blown out in ball games.
No, the Wizards will, I like to call it bleed you to death. Now, the Warriors, we do it as well, but the Wizards have mastered it 1 through 5. They will drain that clock in around 6 to 7. That's when they'll start moving. And at that point, you can't be antsy. You really have to be solid. But one thing about this Bucks team, that 3 through 5 is very solid. And they're very patient, and so it's going to be a great matchup.
Early shot there from Cap. Johnny right to the rim, and Dave Fry says no. Huge rejection by the big fella.
Dave Fry, man, he just got it, man. He got it going on, and the comms that he has for his whole team, and the stature that he got for them, nobody like him.
It's just different. It's like playing with Jordan or something like that. You get your game elevated because that's what he expects. But right now they're down 6. But look at this block, Dirk.
So tough to even block those too. Like everything's got to be perfect about the angle that you take as the big man, if you're a power forward or center, to be able to get there to get those rejections. But this is always the crazy part, and both these teams are so good at doing this on those inbounds. Like you quickly saw, like they stole the ball, then they knocked it away. Like before the 2K camera angle can even turn around fully, like you're losing the ball and it's going back the other way.
Dimes will get it in. Plenty of time on the shot clock here. They still lead by 2 possessions. 3:40 to go here in the 3rd. Just game number 1 in this best of 5. Another early release from Cooks. Mama, he was laser focused in the opening half. I mean, he was knocking everything down.
Yeah, he was shooting some limitless shots. He was looking like me out there. He must have been watching some sort of film that I got. But no, Coach has been playing really well, managing the offense for the most part, letting the defense do most of the work, and just capitalizing off other teams' mistakes.
𝐤𝐤𝐥 thought he had a cutter, knocked away by the Bucks. Got a 2-on-2 break, and Johnny hit a deep three.
Now that's a superstar right there for the playoffs for the Bucks. He's been playing really well out of his mind. There was some rumors early in the season that he might be out of there, but he has shut that down, and I think he's here to stay for the Bucks.
I'm telling you, I haven't seen like a shooting guard truly play better in a second half from what we've seen from Johnny here this week. It's been wild, like how quickly like his scoring elevates as soon as we hit that third quarter, going all the way through to the end.
Yeah, he shows up. He shows up big time, and he got a lot of motion, a lot of passion. And against us, I kind of pushed his buttons maybe a little bit too much because he woke up a little bit in that game 3. So that's some regret I got.
I think you poked the dragon a little bit. And here came the rookie. Hooks passes out of that pass to the corner. 𝐷𝐸 with another green. Let's check in with India.
The Wizards huddle after that halftime, it was pretty much telling Cap, we don't need you to be our hero. We don't need you to go out and get a bunch of threes. Communicate, especially on the defensive end. And look, Mama, we saw how many deep shots the Bucks took. What are you telling Cap, especially because he's a rookie on the biggest stage of his life?
At this point, you know, everything that he's done to get to this point, and I'll be honest, a lot of people doubted Cap when he came into the league, when he was on the Wizards. I mean, on the Magic, I'm sorry. And now that he's on his Wizards, he's upped his game a ton. And for him at this point, he got to just trust and believe that everything he's done is going to get him to that chip.
I think both what you said was right. I think they doubted him on the Wizards too for a while. And then he started settling down a bit. He's played well over these last couple series. They cut it to within 6. Cap's now got 11 points to go along with his 3 assists. What a cut to seize. Back to Johnny. Flick up, no good. And 𝐷𝐸 secures the board. And they want to run. Awkward to the rim.
Now he's starting to get those stops to the Wiz, and they're getting themselves some easy ones. This is when you always find that flow. You just start off slow, quarters 1 and 2. Wiz start to find that rhythm going into the second half.
They make so many great adjustments throughout the whole game. And I doubt them. And again, just a little bit of competitor in me not wanting to see him win 3 in a row, but they have the best adjustments in the league by far.
It kind of turned into the Yankees or Duke basketball, or, you know, it's the team you love to either see win or lose. Everybody's got an opinion about them. They're okay being the evil empire every once in a while.
They definitely are. I think 𝐷𝐸 thrives off it.
He likes being Darth Vader. There's no question about it.
I think he does. He has that to him.
�35-31. Here's Cap. Working to the middle. Can't get it to go.
Wizards can't allow that. They can't allow him to get on the break. This offense isn't good enough to do that, so hopefully they wrap him up. They must be in the bonus, but we'll see how this plays out.
They're a little bit in foul trouble. I mean, not all the way up there, but they spent a lot of time fouling in that first half. There's Cap. Gets it down to 𝐷𝐸. 𝐷𝐸 working on C's. Somehow got it to go.
Do not envy the life of a power forward one-on-one with centers down in the paint.
Oh, man. That's bad news for any power forward down there. You really got to be special to get those stops, especially on a great center.
Bucks have done a great job just limiting perimeter shots from their opponents here in the tournament. And they've done a great job hitting them on the other end. They go back up 7. Final 10 seconds of the third. 𝐷𝐸 misses the dunk. Oh, no. 𝐷𝐸 hits the 3.
Oh, my God. That man 𝐷𝐸 is special. I don't know how the Wolves didn't see it. I don't know. That guy is special.
He is feeling it. 𝐷𝐸, the man from Las Vegas, after the missed dunk by 𝐷𝐸. 𝐷𝐸 hits the 3. Well, we get back to fourth quarter action here in game number 1. And it's been mostly Milwaukee. They have really had some nice runs. They've kept the momentum up, Dirk. And the Wizards are going to use an early timeout here in the quarter with 5:38 to go. They trail by 8.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because you saw a lot of great stuff coming out there from the Wiz in terms of being able to try to get some stops, and then all that momentum kind of got halted with that 𝐸_6 pull-up 3 right at the buzzer. So you can try to replicate some of that. This lead can dwindle away. We've seen it in like 30 seconds to a minute if you get that primetime Wiz defense.
The rookie Cap with 11 points did not shoot well in that first half. At some point, the Wizards got to get on a run of their own. 𝐸𝐤𝐥 will bring it up, the off guard. And he'll go right to the rim and dunk on 𝐒𝐮. That's elevation.
And yeah, that's where it's that defensive intensity needs to kick up. Not even just like getting some turnovers and going back the other way. Just settle down into the half court. Don't allow the Bucks to get the same looks that you've been giving them all game long.
Down low to 𝐸_6, who's now got 12. Let's go up top to Harris.
Well, Scott, this Bucks gaming team in the fourth quarter so far this week has been an absolute wagon. Ever since they dropped game 1 to the Warriors, where they were pretty bad in the fourth quarter, they have not lost a single fourth quarter since. They are 5-0 in fourth quarters, including winning all 3 against T-Wolves Gaming. Those fourth quarters in game 1 and game 3 are what put them over the edge in the series. They can win this fourth quarter, they will win game 1. But we know this Wiz team, they don't like to get punched to end the game.
See what the Bucks can do. Thanks so much, Harris. Johnny steps back, and he is feeling it, Dirk.
Just somebody just gets everything going his way, like when he's going on the breaks, settling down into the half court, that time hitting him with a walk back. And the Wiz sometimes are a team, they can play so aggressive that it ends up just hurting them. So if you just take the offensive style with your own pace, you can get looks like that.
I think only once we've had a... Ooh. Good answer back there by the Wizards. I think only once we had a rookie win the finals MVP. It was Bear the Beast in season 2. Can't count season 1, everybody was a rookie.
Yeah. You gotta only count season 2. Otherwise, again, we gotta give Walnut the MVP Rookie of the Year too.
Yeah, that was Mama's teammate. Appreciate him joining us. Cooks trying to look for a crab. That's when you get the defender behind you. Kind of box them out and take the shot, but they're going to take a timeout here. They got 3 remaining, as does the Wizards. With 3:58 to go here in the fourth quarter, they lead by 7. Let's take the opportunity to listen in.
On the opposite side.
Okay. All right.
Unless you want me single side.
It doesn't matter, Dini.
Okay.
Just talk to each other. Whatever you want, we can do. All right. But listen. I'm gonna be up early if they run the play. If I see Johnny in the corner, I'm backing up.
Back,
all right, bet. 11 seconds though. 11 seconds.
Ball side. I'm left.
Go top.
If
You and Dini can switch. You and Dini can switch. Watch it. All right, bet.
Perfect. He's going corner. Middle's me.
Yeah.
See me, baby.
4, 3, 2, 1. I got 7, bro.
It's cool.
I literally played that perfect.
It's cool. We can zone that though. Whoever's on that hash, take that for him. Okay.
That's me.
Cut it, Brandon. So that. Yeah. We're good, buddy. Set the double, Brandon. Yeah. Talk to me on this. Yep. Come back to your middle. I'm slipping. Good shit, boy. Oh, no, boy. Oh, no. Cap?
Come on, shoot, please. Shoot the fucking ball. You are the point guard.
Baby,
you are the
be
best.
aggressive.
Shoot the ball.
No.
Shoot the ball.
Just be aggressive. We go. Come on, 2 stops right here. 2 stops. Come on, baby. You through this?
Through. Switch. Go, Dean.
Yeah. I'm good, bro. This kid fucking looks like Mike Wazowski, bro.
Hey.
I'm good.
Talk to me.
I'm good. Oh my God, Danny, can you step? There's no script. Bro, he's up with me.
We just get a Monsters Inc. reference.
Sounded like it.
In game 1 of the finals, that was Dave Fry barking out the orders, and they basically felt like they should have had some threes on a couple of those possessions.
Yeah, I mean, you could just hear it, right? Tone of voice and the opportunities, like you're trying to hype up your teammate when they get a kill shot, but they don't end up taking it. And then even on the defensive side of things, too. I've played with Dave Fry quite some time in the game of 2K, and he's always going to be one of those people barking things out, wanting you to take a shot instead of you making a baited pass.
Milwaukee once ahead on the run. Johnny! He is the most fearless player I've ever seen in 5 years in this league. Nothing rattles him.
He's just being a route runner extraordinaire over this past week of what we've been seeing coming out from Bucks Gaming. Just finding a way to get it done on the break, kind of giving the Wiz a taste of their own medicine in this one.
Well, the Wizards are in a real bad spot here in game one with 2:30 to go. They're down 15 now. They've only managed to score 40 points. They average around 62 points a game. They are a long way away from that, while the Bucks come in averaging nearly 70 points a game. That young backcourt. Really two rookies back there. I know Cooks is like a season and a half of experience now. Speaking of rookies, there's Cap. Off to Dayfry. Dayfry lost it for a moment, gets it back to Cap. Trying to set a screen. He'll force it up. Dayfry with a nice offensive board, and they'll wrap him up. And that's the 4th on Dimes. Just the 2nd team foul. Dayfry will get it into Awkward. And I hate to say it, Dirk, but in this postseason, the Wizards have been here before. They have... Oh, and one! The foul on 𝐷𝐸. So Cap will head to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play. But what I was saying, Dirk, is this has not been unusual for the way that the Wizards have played here in this postseason.
It's definitely been strange for these slow starts, but that just means that we're in for fireworks in game number 2 if they end up dropping this game number 1 with some of the adjustments. We saw it yesterday with the Knicks, how good that Radiant and Malik were working together, and then all of a sudden, the offensive side of things became non-existent for New York.
Another block by Dayfry. He's now got 2 blocks. Bucks still not out of the woods yet. No good games in the chat. The Wizards got to get some stops here. That won't go, but Dimes with another board. Johnny! What can you say?
There's nothing else that needs to be said about what he does, I'm telling you. Gets it started going on the break. Like the way that his play style and like how quickly he turns it up kind of reminds you of like when Kai, like when he's in his prime and when he's moving with that T-Wolves team, getting on the break, finding some threes, that establishes, gets the rhythm down going into the half court. It's exactly what we've been seeing from Johnny. Ooh.
It's a backcourt violation. I don't think Dimes realized that he had gone over the timeline. Johnny and Cooks, they've been our version of the Splash Bros this week in Indy. We've been here all season long. Some great tournaments here in Indy. But now we're just down to our final series with $500,000 on the line to the winner. Both teams have already secured $200,000 in just the postseason. I'm not talking about all the other money that they've won and the salaries that they earn. 60-46 now, under a minute to go. And Dirk, it looks like the Bucks are going to take game number 1. And the Wizards have certainly been known over these last 3 years. They make the best adjustments between game 1 and game 2.
Yeah, I think that if like people were trying to maybe make some predictions of how this series is going to end up playing out, that a lot of the people probably would have had the Bucks taking that game number 1 just off the track record for what we have seen this week coming out here from Wizards District Gaming. But now the question is this going to be a situation where we see the Wiz turn it up for 3 games straight to be able to pull out the series?
Awkward will finish off the break, but they're down 10. I mean, you're looking at the box score. Cap's got 20 points. That should probably be enough for the Wizards to be in this game. I think it's just that another first quarter where they've had a slow start. They don't score a lot of points in that opening frame. And the other thing, if you're DC right now, you're going, there's no way the Bucks shoot this way this entire series. They have been deadly here in game number 1.
I don't know. They proved that they can do that quite a bit.
Game 1 final, 63-50. Cooks and Johnny combined for 34 points. They shoot 11 of 21 from downtown. And they take game number 1 in this best of 5. We got a long way to go as we head back up top to Autumn.